Hello, everyone. This is your home, and welcome back to the Crypto Blitz. However, your crypto fix, Ripple Van Winkle, your host. Hopefully, I had a fantastic Sunday. I hope you prepare some meals and perhaps spend some time outside in the sun. I'm going up for a pleasant little bike ride here in Southwest Florida. The scenery is stunning, perhaps a bit too cold, but a little. What's in the 70s will warm up to a lovely wind in the 80s. However, you know what? Hop on that bicycle. Why not visit the town? But not in this episode. We will blow your head away. We're going to discuss and delve deeply into the charts that highlight the largest Bitcoin trap at the moment, as well as a crazy correlation between Bitcoin and Ripple. Yes, people, you heard correctly. We'll discuss the bottom being in and the trend reversal that you should be watching. We'll also examine global events and make connections between them. Finally, we'll examine ripples before Bitcoin was created. That's right, so you better sit back and get comfortable. A crazy ride awaits us. Now let's get started with a Bitcoin 83,656. Right now it has down 0.88% over the last day. The price of Ethereum is $1,571. Right now, it's down 4%. Given that XRP is a mean lion at $2.13, both USDT and USDC are coming in at their dollar pegs. The total market value of cryptocurrencies is $2,630, just a little bit below that record high from 2020. What a week it has been for Ripple when we get to this. Let's quickly review. Ignore it. It's 2025, even though I know it's 2023. The Ripple V's SEC case is finally concluded, according to Brad Garlinghouse, and $50 million worth of XRP may be entering the U.S. Strategic Reserve. The cooperation between BlackRock and Ripple was quietly disclosed. According to Standard Charter, XRP will be $5.50 in 2025. I understand that many of you don't want to hear that, but we've made great progress, and to even it would be a positive step if we could finally discuss a $5, $6, $7, $8 XRP, which is where we have come from since 2017. We discussed TLN in the first video, and we're talking about TLN again, so I'm going to keep preaching about it. We also had the Hidden Road acquisition, which had $3 trillion in annual volume. We also saw that the XRP TF had 2 times the leverage and had been putting up absolutely amazing and insane numbers. For that reason, everyone needs to get themselves the XRP Moon shirt. This is my token, my undertaking. We're about to make a huge, huge move that will shake up the Web3 gaming world. When it was only 5 cents, I called H-bar. It performed a 7x. Right now, I'm telling you that TELM will rise well over what 8-bar did. I already showed you the Bitmark chart with this cryptocurrency listed on Uniswap. And I demonstrated to you how to use 2x at this moment. My estimation is that it was approximately $500. Just 7% of the stock is in circulation, which is quite low. That's all. That's all. The number of holders is quite small, around 170. In order to draw attention to the project, I will begin pushing it more aggressively and securing deals with major YouTubers. This isn't a meme coin, this is the actual thing. This token is used for gaming. Using this, you can purchase loot boxes to level up your game. Something is also utilized to make a speculative investment based on your predictions about the future direction of something. As you can see, it nearly struck a penny in the last day. It was at 0.005 when we began discussing this. Keith made this public. You might have made it, folks, he says. If Bitcoins can hold out till tomorrow, which is today, he says. We are discussing the weekly close at this level. For the first time since January, we are seeing a trend break and the formation of a higher high. There you have it. We must wait until around 8.5x is reached. We're correct. In fact, it may be somewhat lower. To alter Barry's structure, we must remain above it and wait for a trend to break and hold. Yes, it might be between 82 and 83. This week's close is going to be really fascinating. The cool thing about all of this is this. When Bitcoin reaches 87,656, it turns bullish and rises again beyond the $88,000 area we have been discussing. Therefore, it's possible that the bottom is in and that the decline was a phony breakthrough. What was the purpose of its design? Very easy. Its purpose was to lure shorts. This is referred to as a liquidity trap. The market makers reversed the move after sucking short sellers. Longs piled in. Fueled by the recent upward trend on Bitcoin, the shorts were liquidated. The structure is changing and the lows are rising. All of the indications are beginning to turn bullish, and the volume is increasing again. As you can see, we had a reversal on February 28 in Bitcoin, and once we rise again over the $87,000, $88,000 range, we can undoubtedly witness a huge upswing. Is the start of a new trend. It's not only a false breakout or a rebound. This is the start of a new trend for Bitcoin, and it will all begin with this weekly close in a few hours. Take a look at this old post that was discovered by Tiffany Hayden. For those of you who know her, Tiffany was heavily active in Bitcoin, XRP, Ripple, and more. She spent many years working in the cryptocurrency industry. Many years. She said that Bitcoin, of which she is a close friend of Jed McCaleb, was founded in order to finance Ripple. According to her, Ripple predicates Bitcoin. This is really fascinating, so let's take a moment to discuss it. The fundamental concept of Ripple was first presented in a white paper in the early 2000s. That was before to Bitcoin. Therefore, it's possible that Bitcoin was developed as a narrative device or funding source to ease the switch to Ripple's technology. Bitcoin is the headline, XRP is the infrastructure. It's not XRPVs. Bitcoin, Ripple, XRP, and the XRP ledger are for utility, whereas Bitcoin is for attention. Something to ponder, something really intriguing. The XRP Moonshow is another. That's where you can pick it up. It is available in a wide variety of hues. Ice gray, light pink, green, and light blue. Look, it's only $35. There are no special codes or coupons required, and shipping is free worldwide. After obtaining it, you must ask yourself, are you ready for XRP? It's going to be a little breakout for him. It all begins with this Bitcoin, a weekly closure, and we're talking about May and June being months to months for the cryptocurrency market overall. That is to say, I disagree with his phase 1 goals. What do I mean by his phase 4? Before discussing these absurd figures, look first for XRP, which is between $5 and $8. $5 to $8. Let's talk. Let's observe the market's response. As you can see, XRP is breaking the daily downtrend, he stated. This raises the likelihood that the bottom was in, he argues, such that the bottom for XRP could have been in the 60 range. We don't have to descend. He claims that we can observe $2.30 XRP followed by $2.41 XRP if the daily Kijuan, as it appears, closes. On the 2 and 3 day shutdown, that is. He claims that we will need to keep an eye on how things play out for XRP if Bitcoin decides to go crazy and reach an all-time high in May, which he has said is possible. As a result, Bitcoin reaches a new peak. His XRP